with this experience, I really just wanted people to understand the vulnerability it takes.
Sit back, relax, and take your time. Ain't no pressure with the world.
Hey YouTube world, it's me Coco, and I am back with another video. And in today's video, I want to share my observation and my perspective on projections, right? And this is based off of me really paying close attention to the relationships that I have with the many people in my life, right? So, as y'all know, we all project onto other people all the time. Like, I cannot tell you a time where we don't project. Probably when we sleep. That's probably the only time that we don't project onto other people, right? But we do it all the time. Some of us, we see the good in other people and the good only. Some of us can see the good in people until people do something bad. Some of us only see the bad in people, right? And some of us will only see the bad in people until they do something good, right? And neither is right or wrong, but what I will tell you is the projections that you have for other people tells a lot more about you than it does yourself, because different people bring up certain different emotions in us, right? Like, let's talk about parent and child relationship, for example, right? Me parenting my two children, right? With Momo, but with both of them, Momo and Hideko, I see a lot of good, right? Period. Like, y'all, whoever follow me on social media, y'all know I'm always giving my children a lot of praise, right? I don't really talk bad about my children because I don't really have nothing negative to say about my children, right? But let's be honest, children are children. I know that Hideko will be my problem child. We already know it's always that one child that's going to be the problem child. And for me, it's Hideko. And why do I say it's Hideko? Because I see a lot of my qualities that people see as problematic in Hideko. Hideko being very rebellious. She's being very strong in who she is, right? She, does what she want to do when she want to do it, and she's not the type of person you can force to do something, right? She's not the type of person you can force to do something, or really bribe into doing something. And if you actually get to bribe her into doing something, it's because she wanted to do it and she wanted the incentive. Whereas Momo, on the other hand, she's more of the easygoing, right? Like, the positive qualities that people like certain people like in me, very easygoing, very relaxed, people person, like to be around other people, like to talk, etc., right? Keiko, she's still a baby, so I don't know what I see in her of me quite yet, right? But these are just examples of my projections that I see in my children, right? And again, neither is good nor bad. It's based on how I view myself as a person. If I see the projections that I see in Hideko as bad, then that means I see myself as bad, right? If I see the projections that I see in Momo as good, then that means I see myself as good, right? So let's talk about when we deal with relationships, right? Like, y'all know it's a lot of us who tend to see the good in other people, right? And to be honest, the good that we see in other people tend to be the good qualities within ourselves. For example, when it comes to my partner, right? I love how mature he is. I mean, he's older, so of course he's going to be mature, but still maturity is like a number one key factor for me in relationships. I love how mature he is. I love how confident he is. I love how, he's very structured and controlled. Let's see, like, let me think about the other qualities I like how he's hardworking, and things like that, right? And as I learn myself, I learned that when I'm like, he's unbothered, right? And I learned too that I am unbothered sometimes, But there are other times where, my emotions does get the best of me. At the end of the day, I'm human, right? Especially, and then I'm a woman on top of that, so I flow with my emotions more than a man would, right? But I do tend to have parts, times when I'm unbothered, just like him. Boom, see that in myself, right? Hardworking. I'm hardworking. I love that he's hardworking because I'm hardworking. Him being hardworking and me being hardworking, it just drives us to be hardworking even more, right? Confidence. Those who follow me on social media, y'all know my confidence is out there. I'm just starting to speak on my confidence level, like last year, like the end of last year / the beginning of this year. But I've always been confident, right? I wasn't the overly confident that just put my confidence out there. I was just that I know my place and I'm sticking to it type confidence. Now I'm all out there with my confidence, right? Mature. I'm only 20. I just turned 27 yesterday. And a lot of people don't even know that I'm still in my 20s unless, one, you really feel like I look young as shit, or two, you actually ask me for my age. And the only thing that he has that I don't have is the structure, which again is not surprising because I'm more in touch with my feminine energy and he's in touch more with his masculine energy. Masculinity is tied to structure and control and a foundation, whereas femininity is tied to, being open to receiving and, letting things come to you and really going with the flow, right? So again, that's how I see myself, right? I haven't really had an issue where I've seen somebody as competition outside of actual competition, like, a dance competition or, trying to see who can get the highest grade. I've never really seen anybody in competition in that aspect. But let's talk about my situation with my stalker, whereas though she only see the negative within me, right? And that's a projection within herself, right? So with her, she always called me lazy because I stay at home with my children and I don't work. She called me bony, obviously because of my weight. When I cut my hair, she called me bald head. What you want? I'm trying to make a video. I can't be focusing on your game. Okay, boom. I don't know what I just did, but do it. Like anytime she was able to talk down on me, she definitely took the opportunity. When I lived with my mom, she talked trash about how I live with my mom. She talked trash about me not having a driver's license, right? Mind you, these things I'm not insecure about, right? Maybe, the whole stay-at-home mom, I'm kind of adjusting to that because I'm so used to being very independent and I'm used to being that hard worker and providing everything for myself, right? It is still an adjustment for me to be really embody the stay-at-home mom role. But anyways, all that shows how she feels about herself. To be honest, me and her about the same size. Her hips are just wider than mine, right? So, you're insecure about your weight. Even if she was on a plus side, you're insecure about your weight, so you're teasing me about my weight, right? You're a whole mother too, and for some reason you're insecure about the way that I mother my children or the position that I'm in as a mother speaks more about you than it does me, right? Or the fact that I live with my mom, right? I knew the time that I lived with my mother, I wholeheartedly wanted to live with my mom, right? Because I wanted to work on a relationship with my mom. Whereas I was still independent when I was working with my mom. I was paying my mom rent and all that. Like we were more so like roommates than me just living with my mom. And when I say roommates, I just mean, I actually paid her rent. I wasn't staying there rent free. She wasn't taking care of my kids or anything like that. Like I provided for me and mine. She provided for her and hers. And of course, because that's my mom, we helped each other out. Like if she needed something, I give it to her and vice versa. But for the most part, we were still very independent. It wasn't like, you're my daughter and then my grandkids, I'm going to take care of y'all. No, we did our own thing. Whereas my stalker, on the other hand, she stays with her mom and she does currently stay with her mom. And, her mom does everything for her child, right? You okay? She does everything for her child, right? And of course, I see where the insecurities are at, because it's like, you got 3 like me. I'm the you, okay? She's like, you got 3 children, and you handling your responsibilities, whereas though I got 1 child, and I'm not taking care of my responsibilities. Like, I see the insecurities. You got a whole man that's willing to pay your bills while you sit at home and take care of your children. Meanwhile, I gotta go out here and I gotta work for mine, right? Which is very understandable, but again, it's the projection of the insecurities for me. And I tried to really get to know the girl, right? Because again, I'm not really an insecure person. I don't have issues when it comes to my ego or my insecurities or anything like that. So I wanted to try to get to know the girl because, I need help. I'm not going to lie. I got 3 kids and I pretty much do everything by myself. The only thing he does is pay my rent, right? I got 3 kids and I be going through it or whatever, right? And it's like, maybe we can help each other out, help each other come up with something like that. Like, I'm legit trying to get to know the girl, trying to see the positive qualities in her, because all I see is the negative. And the only reason why I see the negative is because of how she constantly attacks me verbally, right? And the shit that she does action-wise. And I'm like, I don't want to base my perception of you on the problems that you and I have with each other. I actually want to get to know you so that way I can see who you truly are deep down inside, right? Whereas though with her, she don't want to get to know me because she don't want to find out if I'm the type of person she makes me out to be or if I'm a completely different person, right? Where she makes me out to be this bad person. And as y'all see, I'm very down to earth. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm humble, because being humble and showing humility means that you put everybody else before you, and that's not me. I'm the type of person, when I come up, people that I fuck with coming up with me, right? When I'm down low, I'm still going to help other people come up, right? That's just me, right? So that's one of the people I see who only notices the negative in other people. I'm not going to say that she doesn't see positive in other people, but I only know the relationship between me and her, so I'm only speaking on that situation, right? Or let's see, when it comes to my partner tell me all these things he admire within me, how I pretty much like skyrocketed on my spiritual journey when I moved into the apartment, how I exceeded his expectations of being a mother, and how I really express myself, how strong-willed I am, things like that. And again, a lot of those things that he sees in myself is what he sees in him, right? This is why we are attracted to other people. Let's even talk about the people who we know aren't good for us, that we are attracted to. When I was attracted to fuckboys, I like fuckboys because they were fun, they were adventurous. And who am I? I'm somebody who is fun, who is adventurous, right? I wasn't really looking to settle down. I was looking for fun. And what was they looking for? The same exact thing. Of course, feelings ended up getting involved, and that's how the relationship ended up turning left. But at the end of the day, the projections that I had within myself, the feelings I had within myself, I projected it onto other people, right? We all do it all the time, and the projections that you give to other people tells more about yourself than it does the other people. Again, the fact is that I see the good in other people and see what other people fuck up, right? And that's because I'm just a nice person. Not nice, because nice is like naive or something like that, right? But I'm just like a good-hearted person. I'm just a people person. Like, I understand that we, need human interactions in order to grow and to evolve and, to live and be happy, right? So I don't shut myself down from human interactions. I actually open myself up to human interactions, which I think is a part of the reason why I'm able to see a lot of the good in other people. Because, yeah, my life may be fucked up, or I may be in a fucked up situation, but, it seemed like I might like you because you have this quality. I might be able to learn, or I might be able to help you. You get what I'm saying? Whereas though you see some people with negative qualities, oh, you're a hoe, you're always in the streets, etc., etc. Well, maybe because you're an undercover hoe, or you're being faithful when you want to be a hoe. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm always sharing my life. But no, I really do share my life experience to help other people out, because I know other people go through similar situations that I go through, and maybe they don't know how to conceptualize things or to really rationalize the thoughts and the feelings that they have. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I fucking ramble all the fucking time. I know she's trying to get off the bed. But yeah, let that sink in. The projections that you project on other people has everything to do with you. If you project a lot of negativity onto other people, that's because you are negative on the inside. If you project a lot of positivity onto other people, that's because you are positive on the inside. Again, neither is good nor bad. It's all about you and how you work with these energies, okay? Again, like I always say, like a lot of spiritual always say, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, right? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So if I see people around me as chaotic people, that's because my inner world is chaotic. If I see people around me as peaceful people, that's because I'm peaceful. And again, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that because I see people as peaceful, doesn't mean that they have to be peaceful. That's just how I perceive people, right? That's how I project myself onto people, right? And to me, they're peaceful until they do something chaotic, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, you cannot prove, like, for let's use my children for example again, right? So Momo is the peaceful one, Hideko is the chaotic one, right? I see Momo as very peaceful all the time, right? No matter what she does, I see her as peaceful, right? That's a projection of myself, right? With Hideko chaotic. All I see is her being chaotic all the time. That's a projection of myself that I see within my child, right? Whereas though I project onto my children and then I see them for who they really are. Like Momo. Momo is the more chill one, but guess what? That girl can turn the fuck up, okay? Like, that girl don't have no chill sometimes. But again, I still see that part of me that I projected onto her, right? Whereas though I also see her for who she really is, right? For Hideko. And the roles can also be reversed too for Hideko. Hideko don't have no chill, I'm gonna be honest. But let's say she did have a chill, right? I see Hideko as chaotic. But then when I get to know Hideko is really chill. You know? Like, yeah, I had my own perception of you, but then, you show me who you truly are, and I'm able to work with who you truly are. I'm able to see you for who you truly are, right? So, yeah, well, let's say I see Hideko as peaceful, and then she turns out to be chaotic. Let's say I see her as chaotic, and she turns out to be chaotic, right? Again, there are some people who only see the good in people and don't see them for who they are. There are some people who see the good in people and see them for who they are. There are some people who see the bad in other people and don't see them for who they are. And there are some people who see the bad in other people and see them for who they are. Right? Again, your projections of people, your perception of people is based off your own projections. Right? If you meet a stranger and you'll be like, oh yeah, she thinks she all that, or he think he the shit, that's your projections of your insecurities for some reason. Because he didn't say that he was the shit. She didn't say she was all that. You felt like she was all that, or you felt like she was the shit, right? And then when you meet this person, you get to know this person, you either find out that your perception of them was right, and they do think they all that, which they probably are all that, right? Or you find out that your projection is wrong, and if you find out it's wrong, then that's the insecurity that you need to work on, right? Boom, that's a lesson right there, right? When you see somebody who is very humble, you'll be like, yeah, she's down to earth, or he's pretty quiet, right? And then when you see them, they the most littest motherfucker ever, right? Again, it has more to say about you than it does about them. The fact that you see them as quiet can be one of two things. It could be the fact of you see them as being intimidated, right? So maybe there's an aspect of you that feels intimidated around certain people or around certain crowds. So again, that's something that you need to work on. Or, you feel like these are the type of people who need to get to know people to open up, right? Which again, that's probably the type of person you are, depending on your environment. You know, certain environments, you're open in the beginning. Certain environments, you take your time to open up. I'm looking at Keiko. But you get what I'm saying? Like, those projections really have everything to say about you and not them. Okay? So I think I rambled long enough. Enough. So with that being said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of y'all day.